I'm mad as hell right now. Yes, I am.
Viewer discretion is advised. Your mama black.
This program contains language and sequences some viewers may find disturbing.
Accused of trying to carjack 3 different people in just under 20 minutes. The group, which includes 1 adult and a group of teens, successfully robbed 1 victim and then ran to the bus stop. That's where we find News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen. Alexandra, are the suspects from that neighborhood in East Nashville?
No, Roy, they lived all over Nashville, and according to police, they used their MTA bus passes to gather here in East Nashville before those incidents occurred. Police say one of the suspects is just 14 years old. 3 juveniles and 20-year-old Antoine Trice Jr. are in custody for a rash of incidents in East Nashville. It all started Saturday at 7:30 in the evening. A 28-year-old man on Burris Street was approached by 2 of the suspects who brandished a pistol. They demanded his keys and got them, but didn't take the car, possibly because it was a stick shift. 15 minutes later, a 26-year-old man was around the corner at Gallatin Pike and Gillick Street when a group walked in front of him in the street, causing him to stop. One of the suspects with a gun tried to open the door. The victim sped off. Then, just 5 minutes after that, a 27-year-old woman pulled into a driveway on Kirkland Avenue where she is a nanny. She reportedly was surrounded by a group of young men. They allegedly told her they were going to shoot her if she didn't hand over the keys. One of the suspects tried to pull her from her car, but she fought back. She threw her keys into the bushes. They grabbed her wallet instead and ran off. Minutes later, police located a 14-year-old at the Gallatin Pike bus stop across from Kroger. He was sweating profusely and taken into custody. Then, police surrounded the MTA bus that was heading southbound. The gang unit barged onto the bus and arrested the other suspects. The suspects were booked for aggravated robbery and attempted aggravated robbery. I'm told 2 of those juveniles remain in jail tonight. Reporting live in East Nashville, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
Police need your help tracking down a group of armed robbers who terrified Hammond, Indiana on Friday. Take a look at the top of your screen. You can see the 2 men hop out of a gray sedan and run up to a pair of unsuspecting walkers, guns drawn. Police say the pair carried out 2 other robberies just an hour earlier, a few blocks away, and may even be responsible for a 4th in East Chicago later that same day. Here's a closer look at the suspects. Police say they are about 6 feet tall and between the ages of 16 and 24. They don't have a good description, though, of their getaway driver.
Good evening. He was asked to leave Sandia High School and told he didn't belong on campus.
But APS says Kezian Anderson put up a fight. Here's News 13's Marissa Lucero with why you might remember his name. Marissa?
Dean, Jess, we first told you about the 16-year-old a few months back when he was arrested after he pulled out a machete inside a grocery store and punched a manager. But the last 2 days, APS says he's been causing trouble at different schools around town. APS's police chief tells us this all started yesterday. Chief Steve Gallego says Anderson showed up to Madison Middle School and was asked to leave. He did, but he came back today. When staff kicked him off campus for the second time, they say he ended up at Sandia High School. There, Anderson was told he couldn't be on campus because he wasn't a student. That's when the district says Anderson got angry and tried striking the school resource officer with his hands. In April, Anderson was seen in this video pulling a machete out of his backpack inside the Albertsons on Eubank, then here punching the manager in the face. That's when officers were called out to the scene.
This is another individual that doesn't care about the public. He's a young man making bad choices, wielding a machete against innocent victims inside of a store, and that's why we wanted to get him off the streets.
At the time, APD says that's the call that had officers rushing to get to when an Albuquerque police officer crashed into the side of a family's car, sending the mother and her 2 kids to the hospital. A 6-year-old boy was killed. Now, Anderson was arrested today and booked into the juvenile detention center. Because he's a juvenile, we don't know how long he stayed behind bars for the machete incident. Back to you, Dean.
All right, Marissa, thank you. APS confirms Anderson was a former student at Sandia. The district did not say why he showed up at Madison Middle School.
This is where state police say they were doing radar when a car came flying through here. It was in June of last year. They say that car then led them on a chase of up to 125 miles an hour. Take a look.
He's running, but you don't know why he's running.
With police lights flashing almost all around it, troopers say the car still wouldn't stop. State police say this video posted on YouTube from a group called Police Activity shows part of the chase.
Yes, we can get into pursuits, but our first priority is safety of others.
At one point, you see the car nearly hit a trooper who was trying to put down spikes to stop it. The car then hits another car and crashes. What police say the video does not show is the driver, Ronald Commiger, using a baby as a shield against the troopers before being taken into custody.
I mean, nobody was seriously injured, nobody died, so it's almost a win for us.
Commiger was sentenced to up to 19 years in prison just this month. Now, he had also been facing a charge of attempted homicide for nearly hitting that officer, but he was not convicted on that charge. In Lancaster County, Caitlin Smith.
I shift gears now. A community in mourning over the shocking deaths of two young girls from Newark. Police say a relative confessed to murdering them and a cousin as they lay in a bed in Maryland. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim has the story.
This is the man police say is behind an unthinkable crime. 25-year-old Antonio Williams of Maryland. Cops say he murdered 3 young girls. Investigators say Williams confessed to killing his sister and 2 cousins.
All 3 of the girls were found lying in a single bed, suffering from puncture wounds and lacerations to their upper bodies.
The victims, 6-year-old Nadir Withers, the sister of the suspect. The other victims are 9-year-old Ariana Decree and 6-year-old Ajaya Decree from Newark. Prince George County Police say the suspect's mother came home from work early Friday morning and found the girls' bodies in bed. Neighbors at a loss for words. Neighbors say the family moved in 4 months ago. Williams has been charged with 3 counts of first and second-degree murder. Investigators say he was a lone caretaker at the time of the murders. Detectives are working to establish a motive. Stefan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness.
Breaking news, Fayetteville police just announced they arrested 3 people in connection with a deadly shooting last week, and right now they're still searching for another suspect. Solomon Brody, Jermaine Florence, Orlando Sanders Jr., and Demetrius Hammonds are all charged with first-degree murder and robbery with a dangerous weapon. Hammonds is still on the run. The other 3 are in jail without bonds. Now, investigators say they killed Alton Williams. Officers found the 52-year-old's body along El Dorado Road last Friday. Authorities say they could make more arrests in the case. If you have any information about where Hammond is, call police.
Tonight, Conway police are still searching for a man they say killed 2 bank employees and then robbed the bank. 59-year-old Donna Major and 36-year-old Katie Skeen both worked at the Crestcom Bank. This Facebook post remembering the 2 has been shared thousands of times. Comments flooding the post, praying for the victims and their loved ones. Police say they're looking for 32-year-old Brandon Council. Right now, he's considered a person of interest in this robbery. Now, a longtime bank customer says the 2 victims weren't just friendly faces. They were like family to her.
I know all the ladies in there. Every last one of them were like family, because anytime I had a problem, they were always there and willing to help. And I'm just so sad and shocked because people nowadays are just crazy.
Law enforcement officers saying deadly bank robberies are extremely rare. Anyone with information about this robbery or the person of interest that police are looking for should call.
A Greenville man remains in jail charged with aggravated robbery after investigators said he and the homeowner both suffered gunshot wounds.
The Johnson City Police said they were called to a home on Signal Drive on Monday. An investigation revealed 19-year-old Christopher Moore Jr. was at the scene of the attempted robbery. Police said Moore was long gone when they arrived, but showed up at a hospital for treatment of gunshot wounds later. Investigators tell us the victim was also hit during the exchange of gunfire. Police say the victim remains in serious condition. Moore was arrested and charged with especially aggravated robbery. Johnson City Police tell us their investigation of the robbery is not finished. Moore is being held in jail on a $50,000 bond.
As always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Also follow us on the usual media for more and interesting information like this.
Fight their asses.